Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you are doing great. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about the Moore County Public School principal who actually went on a rant about his students, and knowing fully well that 70 something percent of his students are black, and then other people. And so he made a very silly rate racist comment and anti-Semitic comment. Well, I think this was caught. I don't know how they caught that on tape and on recording and all that. And he called the black kids dumb asses and all that. I mean, that is really very offensive. And people got hold of this recorded voice, got hold of it, and the school is trying to chip the blame that it is not the principal, that it is AI. And you all know this cannot be AI because the voice is very clear and all that. And then let's get into this. See, this man is not fit to be a principal. I am sorry to say, but that is the reality. If you think that your students or the school you are like, the principal, that there is something not going so right, especially the kids not learning very well, it is your duty to find out the better way to teach them and make them learn better. But coming out to call them dumb asses and some other names is something that I did not think it's right. You know what? No, it is not right. Let's get into this video.
Ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag, or these teachers who don't get
Straight facts, no chaser. Go check out this video. It supposedly captures the audio of one Eric Iord, who's the principal of Pikesville High School. He's supposedly on the phone with one Kathy Albert, who's the assistant principal. Now, this racist rant that he gives, and at the end, this anti-Semitic exchange that he has, you never hear her words. You just hear him talking to himself, basically. Now, he says it's AI. It might be, but they're doing an investigation in the school, right? But as far as news goes, journalism 101, you should be trying to get to the bottom of this before it has to go to court, or even before they finish their investigation. You should be there saying, hey, is this AI or not? You should be asking Eric Iord so you can get his information on record and you can see his face and reaction to what he says. At the same time, where the fuck are you at with Kathy Albert? You should also be asking her, were you on the other end of that phone? Is this real? Was that AI? They say it's AI. What do you say? That's what you should be doing. But no news station in that particular town is doing that shit. And why the fuck not? Something strange. You should be doing that, news, but you're not. At least you haven't yet, and it's been over 5 hours. Something should be on the news already, but it isn't. Another thing about the news that pissed me off in that particular state. The ones that I did find so far, I've only found like 5 things altogether that cover it, right? And I wouldn't say they're all credible because when you go to their website, it's like 900% motherfucking advertisements, and it's got like an article like this long. So I don't really take it as credible, but that's all I could find for some of them. They don't call it racist rant. They call it an anti-Semitic rant. How the fuck this motherfucker in this particular video or / audio is 99.999% talking about black people and mentions Jewish people one motherfucking time. And that's because they keep calling him. And supposedly, he's going to switch to the other side. Other side of what? He never says Jewish ass or talk shit about Jewish people. He just says that one line. And that one line is less than 1% of that phone call. And that's all these motherfuckers wrote about. He mentioned race, but he was anti-Semitic. The fuck? America's so racist that you went past the racism and saw the anti-Semitism that you had to draw out of that motherfucker and squeeze it out like a fucking lemon? When there was a plethora of racist black rants? The fuck is wrong with y'all? I'll keep looking in the news to see if there's something that's changed. But so far, nothing. It's almost 6 hours into it, at least since the last article was written. We'll see. I speak facts. Straight facts, no chaser. Fuck your feelings.
So I heard this recording and I wanted to play it for you all here, but I wanted to give you the context in which Baltimore County Public School System is investigating under. They're investigating this recording of the alleged principal of one of their schools. Now, the audio I'm about to play for you was posted on an Instagram account titled Murder Inc. Baltimore on Wednesday, and that is what prompted the Baltimore County Public School Systems to investigate the principal in question. Now, a union leader for the principal says they are denying that the Pikesville High School principal, Eric Sh0ck, made the racist and anti-Semitic comments that you're going to hear in this recording. You all take a listen. Tell me what you think, AI or not.
You know, I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these dumbasses here every day. Between these ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag, or these teachers who don't get it, how hard is it to get these students to meet their grade level expectations? Lawrence and Ravenel should have never been hired. And don't let me get started on DJ. I'm going to drag his black ass out of here one way or another. I'm going to get something to stick. I'm just so sick of the inadequacies of these people. And if I have to get one more complaint from one more Jew in this community, I'm going to join the other side.
So there's the audio associated with this investigation. What do you think, AI or real? And also, if it turns out to be AI, is that even worse than it being real? Let me know in the comment section. And I'll keep you posted as this story develops.
Pikesville High School. Principal Sh0ck. The principal made some very disturbing comments about the black members of his staff, the black members of his student population, the Jewish parents of students at his school. Roll the clip.
And only me. You know, I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these dumbasses here every day. Between these ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag, or these teachers who don't get it, how hard is it to get these students to meet their grade level expectations? Lawrence and Ravenel should have never been hired. And don't let me get started on DJ. I'm going to drag his black ass out of here one way or another. I'm going to get something to stick. I'm just so sick of the inadequacies of these people. And if I have to get one more complaint from one more Jew in this community, I'm going to join the other side. Kathy, I'm done.
Today I remember remarking, and I can't remember who I was talking to, but I was discussing how difficult it is to communicate lived experiences of black educators without being seen as someone who is trying to stir up trouble, to cause problems, to disrupt the status quo in a school or a district. What I want to say as a black educator is that this is very disheartening. I cannot imagine what the black educators on his campus are feeling like, what conversations they may or may not have to have with their black students, with their Jewish students. What I do know is that the lived experiences, the feelings, the gut-wrenching disappointment and discomfort black educators, black children feel when they hear things like this should be listened to and should not be ignored. Pikesville High School.
The Pikesville High School principal in Baltimore, Maryland, got caught on a hot mic saying racist and anti-Semitic things. Let's get into it. Greetings, good people. It's your girl T. Welcome back to my community where we talk all things PR, podcasting, and parenting. Well, as a parent, this is very worrisome. As a public relations professional, woo child, let me tell you, it's getting a little complicated. Why is that? Well, what you're about to hear, the principal, Eric, was talking to Miss Kathy, the assistant principal, and now they're saying that this was AI. So you listen, you be the judge, let me know what you think.
You know, I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these dumbasses here every day. Between these ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag, or these teachers who don't get it, how hard is it to get these students to meet their grade level expectations? Lawrence and Ravenel should have never been hired. And don't let me get started on DJ. I'm going to drag his black ass out of here one way or another. I'm going to get something to stick. I'm just so sick of the inadequacies of these people. And if I have to get one more complaint from one more Jew in this community, I'm going to join the other side.
So what are your thoughts? Do you think it could have been AI? If you're the school district, how should you react? That is obviously a PR crisis. One thing is for sure, these words were said, so some way, this school district needs to find out exactly where that recording came from, who's responsible for it, whose words are those, because there were some specific names in that video. So clearly someone that was involved with this has a very deep knowledge of the staff, the team, and what's going on in the school. I would be interested to check the school's test scores and see if what was said, what he's saying was generated, actually lines up with test scores and things of that nature. Like, what is his relationship with these people that had actually, that got named in the tape, right? Is there an opportunity that he did say this? And of course, they're going to check, I'm guessing, they're going to check the authenticity unless he comes out and acknowledges and takes responsibility for these words. I don't know. It's getting interesting. I'll keep you posted. Stick around. If you're not already, make sure you follow. I'm your community publicist. I'll make sure I keep you informed. And until next time, peace, love, and good vibes.
So this is a follow-up in connection with an audio that caused the Baltimore County Public School System to investigate one of their principals. Eric Iceworth is under investigation for an audio in which he goes on a racist rant and makes threats towards faculty members. Now, Eric is the principal at the school in question, and this is a longer video because one of the things we had questioned was who was he talking to. Now, Eric is claiming that this is an AI-generated smear campaign against him. Let's take a listen to the longer video and come back and talk about who he was allegedly talking to.
I'm the principal here, me and only me. You know, I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these dumbasses here every day. Between these ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag, or these teachers who don't get it, how hard is it to get these students to meet their grade level expectations? Lawrence and Ravenel should have never been hired. And don't let me get started on DJ. I'm going to drag his black ass out of here one way or another. I'm going to get something to stick. I'm just so sick of the inadequacies of these people. And if I have to get one more complaint from one more Jew in this community, I'm going to join the other side. Kathy, I'm done.
Now, at the end of this longer audio, you can clearly hear the principal mention Kathy. Now, Kathy Albert is the newly hired assistant principal at Pikesville High School. Her and Eric previously worked together at Newtown High School. Now, the DJ mentioned in this rant that he says he's going to make something stick is the athletic director at the high school. Now, according to reports, this is not the first time that accusations of racism have been raised against Eric here. He previously worked at a Cantonville high school where he was transferred, allegedly, because of racist behavior. So after listening to this longer audio and get an explanation on the parties involved, are you apt to believe Eric that this is an AI generated audio? Or are Eric and Kathy just your garden variety racist? Let me know.
So this is all I got from the video, and trust me, this is really very sad. Knowing fully well that the black people in that school is about 78%, right? And just a few Jewish and the rest of it. And people are already calling it anti-Semitic when all through the video what he mentioned so much, like he mentioned race, right? And the school decided to lie. Why are you all lying? How did that voice sound like AI generated something? Not at all. It sounds like human being, like, the principal talking about his students, talking about the black students. Let me say this. If you are going to be in public office, like, being a principal, being a teacher or something, and you know that you are not patient enough to train this, to be with kids or to help them through their studies, because why are they sent to school? They are sent to school to get more knowledge, right? So why do you have to complain at every given point that the students, especially the black students, are there no other student? He just really want to go on a rate the sixth round, because that is all I saw in that was just all I heard in that video. I keep seeing people, like, especially teachers coming online to talk about their students so much, not in a bad way. Sometimes it's okay to say maybe my students are not doing good enough, and I am looking for a way to make them concentrate more or to make them learn better, right? Or probably have a counseling, like one-on-one counseling with them to know why they are probably not paying attention. I mean, that is a way of trying to get the students' attention, trying to know what is going on with them. But no, he just chose to go on a rant. I mean, trying to call black kids out, that they are like, this is really like, uncalled for, and this is really like, crazy, because seeing a principal coming out to say something like this is really disgusting. For me, it's disgusting, because I don't see how people are going to look up. I mean, he is somebody that people are supposed to be looking up to, as a principal of the school, and he is the one going on rant, calling students names and all that. I mean, that shouldn't be tolerated. That is rate the sixth, and he should be dealt with. It's either he resign or leave or something, because I feel like he is not capable of taking care of children, like, of being a principal, because being a principal has its own duties and all that. And that rant and all that he said is not part of it. If you cannot guide and guard a student, like, see, sincerely speaking, I am a teacher. I see a lot of students. Some people learn differently, Some are not so smart, but when you teach them, they understand, right? When you guide them, they understand. Some, before you say, they already know. So people are different, right? And I am sure nobody is even giving that man problem, because that seems like just he want to rant about black kids and all that. But trust me, if you all have this kind of people as your kids' principal and all that, I think you really should be very careful. And if you are in Baltimore County, this is the public school. I mean, I think you all should investigate this and make sure that I mean, something is done, because I feel like he is not fit enough to be a principal of a school. That's just all I got to say. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.